20 women you won't believe actually exist. Number 20. Kim Goodman. Whether from a comedian or a cartoon, you've probably seen eyes popping out at some point. Likely, you've never seen them pop out in the way they do with Kim Goodman. Goodman can pop her eyes out further than anyone. It is on record, and it is one strange yet amazing thing to see. Number 19. Jewel Shuping. Jewel had the desire to disable herself. This uncommon desire led her to blind herself. She says that this was a lifelong dream and that it is something that she truly wanted. She blinded herself with cleaner. Number 18. Julia Gunthal. Julia Gunthal, also known as Zlata, has become famous for her contortionist abilities. She is the most flexible woman in the world. The bubbly German frequently models for posters and calendars and states that bending is just normal for her and only gets uncomfortable if she has to hold the pose for too long. She can quickly deposit herself in boxes as small as 50 by 50 centimeters and can bend herself backwards far enough to touch her own feet. Number 17. Brooke Greenberg. Born in 1993, Brooke grew into a toddler and then stopped. She did not pass away, she simply stopped growing. She continued to live up until 2013 with the physical appearance and cognitive ability of a toddler. Even at 20 years old, there were no signs of growth or change in her. Number 16. Christy Swadling. Anorexia is a serious psychological and physical condition that affects men and women. Christy is one sufferer of anorexia who has seen the worst of it. With her weight dropping significantly to the point that she had to be hospitalized, she realized that she must change. She now talks about her struggles and shares insight and information for others struggling with the disease. Number 15. Shamika Charles. Limbo is not easy. Seeing Shamika Charles do it, though, you might think it is. She has broken records with her ability to limbo so well. She can limbo under a car while balancing plates, too. With her several hours a day of training, she has worked to do this. Number 14. Kelly DeKay. Another woman hoping to become a cartoon character, Kelly DeKay altered her waistline to make it a shocking 16 inches. Matched with the large breasts and hips, she has an extreme hourglass figure. The dimensions are similar to her inspiration, Jessica Rabbit. Number 13. Jill Price. Many people will state that they have a great memory. They can remember people's names and faces well, and they can remember information. Jill Price, however, has a special type of memory. She has a condition that allows her to remember everything. Every detail of her life from the time she was 14. The condition, hyperthymesia, gives her this super memory that allows her to recall nearly everything. Number 12. Niamh Guinea. Most people want to meet their doppelganger at some point. It is a surreal experience that few people get. Niamh Guinea had the desire to meet hers, so she set out on social media. She looked for her doppelganger everywhere, and eventually found her. A woman living an hour away from her, both in Ireland, had nearly identical features. Truly her doppelganger. Number 11. Lisa Brown. Individuals who lose weight due to not eating are typically labeled as anorexic. For Lisa Brown, however, her reason is a medical one, not a psychological one. She literally cannot eat like an average person can. Her inability to eat has caused her to lose a large amount of weight, causing her to become severely underweight. The drop continues for her with no sign of stopping. Number 10. Jessica Cox. People born without arms have stories of triumph and success every day. Jessica Cox is one of the biggest stories of success, though. Simply managing with no arms was never good enough. She aspired to greatness, leading her to become a pilot and performing martial arts. She rose up the ranks to become excellent at both. She has also been able to handle a variety of tasks in her own way. Number 9. 50-year-old baby. A Chinese woman in her 90s received medical care. This medical care included removing a fetus from her body that, according to her, had been in the womb since the 40s. During all of this time, she never had the ability to remove the baby, citing costs as the number one reason. Number 8. Harnum Kaur. A beard is not a common sight on women, especially to the extent that you see on Harnum. She has a full beard, much larger than what you see on most men. While it was a source of bullying early on in her teens, she has since embraced it and allowed it to grow fully. Number 7. Women with large breasts. Ting Hai Fen is known for having the largest breasts, with each one weighing in at 10 kilograms. She became famous at 14 for the size of her breasts, which she claims are natural, but finds them an inconvenience rather than an attribute. They are so large that sleeping and walking around are difficult, and they certainly get in the way in relationships rather than being a bonus. Ting Hai Fen is hoping to have breast reduction surgery to redress the balance. Number 6. Wang Fang. Wang Fang is a Chinese woman born with a disability. Her rare disability is her feet being backwards. Instead of facing the front, as average and normal feet should, they face the back. She has to wear shoes backwards even. While this is a disability, Wang Fang refuses to categorize it as such. She works as a waitress and does not attempt to use the birth defect for her own advantage. Number 5. Arunima Sinha. Most people fear thieves and give them what they want to avoid harm. Some people, however, fight back. Arunima did just that. When aboard a train, thieves approached her and attempted to steal her belongings. The volleyball player fought back. This resulted in them throwing her off the train, causing her to lose a leg. While she could not play sports as well as she did not let it stop her. She became the world's first amputee to climb Mount Everest. Number 4. Sarah Outen. 50 Days Alone at Sea seems like the setup for a horror or thriller. For Sarah Outen, it was the setup of one of her greatest adventures. She traveled out into the ocean, traveling by boat to make it to Alaska from Japan. She was able to not only make it across, but have an incredible story to tell afterwards, too. Number 3. Lauren Williams. Lauren, currently a model, claimed to have the longest legs in America. While people make claims like this all of the time, she had the legs to back it up. Her legs truly are one of the longest pairs in America, especially on a woman. Standing next to an average model, even they appear shorter by comparison. Number 2. Christina Rey. Cartoons are typically completely separated from real life. People understand this and use them solely for entertainment. Christina, though, used cartoons as inspiration. Her inspiration was to look like one. She did this through lip injections, which started when she was 17. These injections have continued even now, causing her to have massive and overgrown lips. She continues to change her appearance to look like a cartoon. Number 1. Grace McDaniels. Freak shows were all the rage years ago. People loved to visit them to see all of the deformities and social outcasts. Grace McDaniels was one of those people. Born with a facial deformity, she received the name Muleface. Her deformity caused her to have large facial features. Due to these features, she even won a World's Ugliest Woman contest. Even so, she accepted her features, and she joined a freak show as a way to travel and earn money. Subscribe for more.